So here's another important thing you can do if you're busy and you want to start doing volunteer work, which would also count as a type of hospice work. You can do bereavement phone calls. If you can find, sometimes the hospice places just have the social worker take care of that, and they don't want other people to be involved. And you can basically do a social work job where you just do bereavement work. Like, you talk to the families. I'm thinking about maybe getting into that in my 40s. It'd be kind of late on in life to do a change up, but I might actually get into that, depending on. I'd have to think about it, because I might be better off just volunteering, just so I can continue on with the research. So bereavement phone calls, that's something that someone could do from their home if they were handicapped, or if they were just simply busy, but they could handle certain time slots working from home where they could fit in calls, And there's one thing I've noticed about men, especially older men, they want to maintain their masculinity and their identity up until the very end. And a lot of these guys want it, especially military men, they want to talk to somebody, but they don't want to show their weakness to their family members. So you'll have these men, which used to be the mentality, by the way, like World War II mentality. You held in your feelings for the most part. But that this still exists. This is, and you can tell they want to talk to somebody, but they don't want to show anyone that they need that. Everybody needs to talk to someone when they're in that situation. Don't let them fool you. And you'd be surprised with how easy you could have like a military guy, real masculine, open up to you. And a lot of times it's with men. I can get them open up easier with the dude, and just sitting there talking to them. And although you should never just do volunteer work on the holidays, I used to work in the hotel business where I'd see someone buy a room for some young couple and their kid that were on the street for one night because it was the holidays. Look, anything is a good deed, but those people are going to go right back to being on the street. You should do something else, like get their number and continuously help them, or help them find a program, become active in their lives, almost like a social worker. Anybody can act like a social worker and help someone out. But you could go down for the holidays to start off at an elderly care facility. There's a lot of people who on Thanksgiving and on Christmas don't have anybody to celebrate that holiday with them, and they'll have like a Thanksgiving meal and a Christmas meal at the institution, and they won't have anybody with them. Like other people's family members will come in, and they won't have anybody. So that's another great way to where you probably won't even have to do the paperwork. Usually when you sign up to do volunteer work, you have to take a TB test and go through all this elaborate background checks. But during the holidays, I think they're a little more lenient. Like, you call up the place and say, hey, can I help out with activities for the holidays? And a great sacrifice would be to sacrifice Christmas morning. Go down and sit next to someone who has nobody. These are just, I'm going to do a series where I keep talking about volunteer work and how you can instantly start to release prana to where you can actually see it based on service to others. So that's going to be the next couple of clips.